Hello, everyone. I'm Paul, and welcome to your Legion. We're here at CES 2016. I'm at the Patriot Suite. They're getting back into gaming for us enthusiasts. I'm here with JR Wakabayashi, and I just want him to say hello to everyone, and now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what they have to offer.
Hey guys.
Thank you, JR. Let's go ahead and start looking at some stuff. All right, everyone. We know that Patriot is well known for their memory and their Viper series. Of course, the Patriot Viper memory is something that High-Tech Legion has used quite frequently over the years, and we've got very good results from that Patriot Viper memory. As you can see, what they've done is they've diversified a little bit. Of course, now we have some nicer heat sinks, different colors, etc. And then when we come down from their Viper series, then you get into their signature line, which is basically their mainstream line. And then, of course, you have your next series, which would be your SODIMMs, etc. So they're still in the memory game. They're still making high-performance memory for gamers, but of course, they still have their regular line. And now, if we go over here, let's go ahead and take a look at a different type of memory, and we'll talk about flash memory. Of course, we got our new flash memory now. These are USB 3.1s. With some great read speed. Now, if you remember the Magnum that I reviewed years ago, they now came out with the Magnum 2, and they have also a Supersonic Mega. Now, the Supersonic Mega is going to be a little bit less expensive than the Magnum 2, and I'll tell you why. Because you're going to get 400 and 300 on the Magnum 2 on read and write speeds, but as you can see, 380 and 70 megabytes on the Supersonic Mega, because it's going to save you a little bit of money. You're going to get those great read speeds. It's going to be the write speeds that you're going to suffer with a little bit just to save that little bit of money. Now, they do have their regular, I guess you could say, on-the-go line for those of you who just want to put something in your pocket and get out of here. You know, they've got their regular social line or whatever you want to call it, and then they are getting into the Type-C USB 3.1s. Now let's come over to another type of memory, and of course, that's going to be their SSDs. Now, we're familiar with the Pyro. They've also had announced the Blaze edition a couple of years ago, which is, I guess you could say, their middle of the line. And then we have a Blast. The Blast is actually their, this is their more affordable line. Is the Blast the affordable line? Yes. Okay, I was right. See, there you go. We do have the Blast, which is the more affordable line. And of course, hey, 560, 545, 38K on your IOPS, 100 IOPS on your read. But let's look behind. Now we're getting back into the high performance. Something that Patriot is known for is their high performance stuff. They're coming out with a Hellfire M.2. Now, of course, this is a 110. Of course, mostly you're going to see 80s in regular mainstream stuff. So they are going to actually produce it in an 80. And this is actually going to be a PCIe Gen 3 and 4. It's going to have 2500 on the read and, of course, 600 on the write. This will be out shortly. And then, in continuance with the Viper name, letting Viper be known as, I guess you could say, their top-of-the-line performance edition, they're going to be coming out with a Viper series of SSDs. Now, we don't have the specs on it yet because this is not going to be out to maybe Q2, Q3, but they're going to actually come out with a Viper Performance Edition SSD. Of course, we also know about their small SD cards, etc. And it looks like we got the Gauntlet back here. High-Tech Legion, of course, reviewed years ago the Gauntlet Node, but now the Gauntlet, as you can see, we have Generation 4, and Generation 4 is going to be Type-C USB 3.1. Of course, what you basically do is put an SSD in there, and you can start streaming stuff whenever you need it. Now, let's go over to the gaming section, and this is something that they're delving into that is going to be pretty cool. They have introduced, and are producing a line of keyboards and mice at this time, but they also have some prototypes here. They're actually testing 3 different mice. So I don't know. Maybe you could go. Let's get a close up on that, Rich. Maybe you could go to their and tweet which one you like. I would pick the purple if I were you. Uh, so you could go to their website and maybe tweet to them on which color you prefer or which design you prefer. You got the Alpha 1, the Alpha 2, and the Alpha 3. So Alpha 1 would be this type of a design. Alpha 2 is more of a MMO. And then you got your Alpha 3, which, I don't know, kind of MMO macro type. Jammy Kebabber. So, which one? I don't know. But in any case, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this mod. Now, of course, right now, the top of the line SSDs would be their Ignite. But like I said, when the Viper comes out, that's going to be taking back over the top of the line. But if you look on the bottom here, and this is what I want you to see, we have a PCIe card, and the PCIe card is going to be their next generation, and there's going to have capacities of 240, 480, and 960 with read speeds up to 3,000 and write of 2,200. That's going to be some blazing fast speeds for your system. Now, last but not least, and this is what we were getting at, and this is what I wanted to show you, is kind of the gaming line. As I said, they do everything gaming is going to be Viper now. So they do have a new gaming mouse out, a RGB gaming keyboard, and 7.1 surround sound headsets. Pretty nice. It's these are Cherry MX Brown in the Brown family. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this mod here. I just wanted to show you. This is the gray version of the Vipers. As you can see, it's got the gray heat sinks on the top of it, etc. So, not bad looking. It's something that I'm looking forward to looking at from Patriot. Something that you guys should be looking forward to. Patriot getting back in the game, getting back into the PC gaming market. They've been away for a little bit. I guess they went towards more of a mobile theme, but now they're back. They're working for you guys again. So I want to say thank you to them for it. Stay thirsty, my friends. I'll see you the next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.